What is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am back with another YouTube video. I am back with another one. I uploaded in a year, which has been a long time, but between work and school, I'm kind of busy, And I just don't have time to edit and do all that extra stuff. But I'm gonna try to come back. So today I'm gonna be doing a story time, and this story is basically why me and my long-term first love, best friend, why we're not together today at this moment. I've actually, a lot of people ask me why we aren't together, and I feel like they already know. They just want to be nosy, but I don't like to type it, and I really don't like to tell people my business, because but since it's been almost 2-3 months now, I might as well go ahead and talk about it. So yeah. Okay, so basically it started off, he spent the night one night like usual. He usually stays the night all the time. So he stayed the night like a regular night, Our night was fine, our morning was fine, everything was just consistent. Everything was, fine. It goes how it usually goes. I had to make him breakfast. We was doing all of that. Everything was fine. So probably about later that day, I think he was gonna get ready to go, and he was waiting for his ride or whatever, and he was on his phone in my bed, and I don't know what possessed me to do it. I just did it because I thought it was funny. I got a bottle of water and threw it on him, and I thought it was funny. So he was like, "Why did you throw water on me?
You stupid or something."
So then he got up and went and got a cup of water, and he filled the water bottle back up, and was gonna throw it on me. And I was like, "Yo, if you throw this on me, I'm gonna be mad. Don't throw it on me. I'm not playing with you. Whatever." So he decided he's gonna throw the water on me anyways, and me with my stubborn self. I got mad, and I was like, "Why did you throw this water on me?" And I'm mad. So I done took it. I went over and beyond because I do too much. So I tried to fight him. He trying to stop me from hitting him or whatever. So my dumb ass, I did not mean to cuss. My dumb self, I took his phone, and I threw it out the window. I guess he thought I was playing, and he didn't think I was gonna throw it out the window, because I was holding it over the window, and I was like, "Why would you throw water on me?" Whatever. And I just let it go. And I don't think he was mad that I threw it out the window. I think he was mad because when it hit the AC thing, the case popped off of it, and he probably thought his phone was broken or something. So he decides he's gonna get my phone and throw it out the window. So at this point, I'm like, "No, okay, I'm done playing. I will get your phone, because my phone's already cracked. So Carisha, please don't throw my phone out the window." And he threw it out the window. So, I'm mad now. Now I'm mad because, threw my phone out the window. So I done got his clothes and threw him out there, whatever. But skip past that. When he was finna get ready to go, his friends came and got him. Well, was coming to get him. And, when he went out the door, I locked the door. He was ringing on the doorbell, trying to get back in, trying to talk to me and stuff. Because I was like, "We're broken up. Don't talk to me no more. Don't call me." I go over and beyond. I do too much. I know that already. But yeah, I wouldn't let him back in. So I don't think we talked that whole day. Usually when we break up, I post quotes, so he'll slide up on them and say stuff, just to talk to me, because I be wanting him to talk to me, but I don't want to be like, "Oh, I miss you, let's talk." So that's really how this whole situation even began, because of a simple situation like that. We had been broken up for about 2 weeks. Then I started talking to this boy on the football team, which is, I'm guessing they were friends or whatever. You know how boys are, friends. I wasn't really taking this boy serious. It was just something to do. I just wanted to talk to somebody, because I was bored all the time. Whatever. And I was still seeing Gabe at that time. So Gabe was still coming to my house and stuff, and he seen the boy name pop up on my phone or whatever. you know, and then he had them text him and let him know, like, oh, you're fake, you're a snake, is what he said, you're a snake or whatever. And the boy had texted me and was like, yo, Gabe texted me, he must have told me we were talking and stuff. And I was like, no, he just seen your name pop up on my phone. And yeah, but I really didn't like this boy. Like, I literally was bored and I just let it get too far. So, this guy asked to come see me. And I was like, at first I had ignored the text. And he was like, and then he had text again. It was like, since I'm already out, can I just stop by? And I was like, okay, I guess I can go outside and, you know, speak, whatever. So the guy came over and I sat in his car. We talked. We really wasn't talking because we really didn't know each other. So it was like really weird. Like, I was just sitting there laughing the whole time. And he was like, you not from here, are you? I was like, nah. He was like, yeah, because you're weird. That's just like how it was because I didn't know him. He didn't know me. So that's just how it was. But a little later after that, probably like a day or two, I told Gabe that I was with somebody in somebody's car, which is, I think he thought I was playing, but I was really serious. I never told him who it was, but I think he had a clue who it was anyways. Then skip forward, this Halloween party came and this same boy was at that Halloween party and he asked could he come over that night. And, you know, I'm kind of like, I know how boys are and I know what they want. So I was like, no, but yes, because I got nothing else to do, which is I shouldn't have let that happen, but it happened and I can't stop that. So he came over and he slept over. He just stayed too late, you know, he slept over, whatever. Nothing happened at all. He just slept over. And during this process, as I'm still talking to this boy, I am still talking to Gabe as well. Like, you know, I would like usually like call Gabe on some like, what you doing stuff, like, how's life, you know, because I've never been broken up with him that long. So, you know, I was still calling and checking and stuff. And I tried to have a serious discussion with him. Gabe was like a very goofy person, and I don't think he was like taking me serious at that moment when I was telling him this stuff. And I was just like, you know, I am talking to this guy and I don't really take him serious, but you know, he's staying at my house, you know, one thing's going to lead to another, something is going to happen. That's what I'm telling him. And I was like, I'm not going to force it to happen. I'm not going to be like, let's schedule this day and let's do this, you know, let's do that, let's do this. But if like a boy is staying at a girl's house, there's a guarantee that something is going to happen. Nothing is like you just can't I don't know. I'm human. So I was letting him know, like, something might happen, you know, and I don't want you to be mad at me. And I was like, so I'm letting you know this now. And if you have a problem with that, I won't see this boy no more. Basically what I was saying in so many words, I won't see this boy no more if you have a problem with that. And this was Gabe's specific words. I would be dumb to think that you will only mess with me your whole entire life. I'd rather you do it now than to do it while we're trying to get back together. So, you know, in my head, I'm like, okay, that's some real that's okay, I get that. Like, okay, so I'm not saying, okay, come over here and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. That's not what I'm saying to this boy. He came over again and stayed again. Well, no, he didn't come over again and stay again. I lied. I was going to go to a basketball game today. I think it was the first basketball game. And my mom wasn't home. And this boy asked, could he come over? Or whatever. So I'm thinking, you know, you just want to come over and talk or whatever, you know, because I don't really, you can come over. So I let him in, you know, I'm sitting on one side of the bed, he's sitting on the other side of the bed, and he's like, come here, let me give you a hug, you know. And I'm like, okay, what can a hug do? You know, a hug never hurt nobody. So I hug him, and he grabs me and sits me on his lap, and then he gets to kissing. Like, I don't even want to get into details, but like, yeah. And one thing led to another. And like, it didn't even last I promise you it didn't even last like a good 3 minutes. Because I pushed him off of me. Because the whole time I was thinking about like, what is Gabe gonna think? Like, what is he gonna think? Like that's just how I am. I'm that kind of person, you know. even if I'm not with somebody, I'm still gonna wonder like, what are they gonna think, you know? So I pushed him off, whatever, and he's just sitting there like, I ain't gonna say what was all said, but I'm just sitting there like, I'm mad as hell. Like, I'm mad that I let myself do that. Like, I was just so mad. So I was just like watching TV, and he was like, why are you rolling your eyes at me? And I was just like, Carisha, please, don't ask me any questions right now, because I'm hella pissed off. Don't ask me anything. So he was like, I guess I'll leave now, since you don't like want to communicate with me. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, like, just go. When he left, I was walking him out the door, and I rolled my eyes, and he was like, why are you rolling your eyes at me? And I was like, no reason. So I closed the door, you know, and he texted me after that, and I was just like, I don't know, like, I felt so disgusted with myself. I just like went and took a shower. No, I took a bath, and I sat in the bath for a while. Then I took a shower, and I just wanted to like lock myself in the room. Now, okay, in my head, like a part of me is telling me, tell Gabe what you just did, you know, so he won't be out here looking stupid and still talking to this boy, and this boy could possibly be laughing in his face, you know, whatever. That's just the type of person that I am, and everything that I have did, you know, or have done, a voice like tried to talk to me wise, I've always told Gabe. So either whether we were together or not together, so I was gonna tell him this. And then there was another part of me that's like, you're not with him, you don't owe him anything, don't tell him. So then I called up a close friend, and I had told him what happened. I was like, you know, I'm really upset that I did this. And he was like, he's like the bad side, don't tell Gabe. He's like, don't tell Gabe, you don't owe Gabe anything, don't tell him what you did, that's not his business. And I'm like, well, I don't want to have him looking stupid and still talking to this boy and thinking this boy like his friend and stuff, and you know, they're probably gonna laugh in his face and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna tell him. And he's like, don't tell him, you know, you stupid if you tell him, you a dummy if you tell him. Like, that's the type of guy that this dude is. Like, he always tell me, like, I don't know, he never sugarcoat anything. He always like give it to me straight. And he was like, you don't tell him anything, you know. But I knew that if I didn't tell him, somebody else was, then I'd rather him hear it from me than from somebody else. So probably like the next day, I probably did call him. No, I texted him. No, the same night I texted him, and I let him know. I said, I did something bad. Should I put the messages up here? Yeah, I'm gonna put the messages on the screen. And I was just like, I did something. I forgot what I said. I know I was like, I did something really bad, and you're probably gonna hate me or something like that. And I think he asked, what was it or something, and then I told him, but he really didn't believe me. And I think I called him. I might have called him and let him know, you know, confirm it or whatever. And I think he was just like silent for a little while. Then I really didn't think he like believed me. So, yeah, I just kept telling him like, I did this, like it happened, I can't take it back, you know. He did stop talking to me for a while, and I kept trying to like get his attention, you know, do everything to get his attention. I kept trying to talk to him even though I knew he didn't want to talk to me, and I understood that. You know, I was mad at myself, so I understand he would be mad at me too for a little while, but for God's sakes, we weren't together. So I understand why he would be mad at me, but like, we weren't together, so like, you should have got over that, because there's been plenty of times, and I'm not bringing up old stuff to like make myself look better, but there's been like other times where in my relationship with Gabe has cheated on me multiple times, and I always ran back because I don't know why. I just did, but he's cheated on me multiple times with several different girls, and I stayed down with him. I was there for him. That's just like, I don't know. And then I do something while we're not together, and I'm a bad person, and that's what like really like broke me down, because like, why are you trying to make me seem like I'm a bad person, because I'm not, and you know I'm not. And it was just like, he was just trying to make me feel like this terrible person for like what I did. You know, I already felt bad myself, so there's no reason why you should make me feel any worse, you know. And probably like day or so, Gabe came over that night, and I was like basically trying to talk to him about it, but he really wasn't like listening to me. He really didn't want to talk. So I was like, we were friends before. Like, you're supposed to be my best friend before anything else. So like, you can't even if you don't see eye to eye with me, we can't sit down and have a peaceful conversation. But like, I could tell he was just like, whatever, like just like, whatever, I don't care. So I did, like, I started crying. Like, I cried at least like 3 nights straight. I cried myself to sleep every night. I was so stressed out. Like, my skin looked terrible. Like, oh my gosh, I was so stressed out. Like, I cried myself to sleep every night because like I was mad at myself, and I was just like, wow, like I don't know. And then he told me he needed some time to think, to get himself together or whatever. And I was like, I understand that. Like, I'll give you that time. Then I let time go by. It's like a week and a half, and I found out he's talking to a whole nother girl. Like, you're not even trying to get yourself together. Like, you just moved on completely. Like, that peed me off. So like, I'm stressed out even more. I'm crying even more. I want to beat this little girl up. Like, I don't even know Shawty, but I want to beat her up just because you're trying to come into his life. Like, Carisha, please stay where you are. Like, I don't, like, oh my gosh, I don't really know. Time goes by, Gabe starts sliding up on my stories, like, with hard eyes and stuff, and, but I had started talking to another guy, so I was like, Gabe moved on, so there's no reason why I should continue to cry over this boy. Oh, yeah, when Gabe found out I was talking to somebody else, he tried to make me feel bad about that, too, basically saying, you can't even give me time to like think about what you did, and you go talk to the next person already, you move on to the next nigga already. Like, that's the stuff he was saying. Like, basically he was slut shaming me. Like, he was just like calling me a whore. Basically, in so many words, that's what he was saying, that I'm a whore and I'm this, that, and the third. It sucked, but and I was like, are you really trying to slut shame me right now? Like, oh my god. He was like, you just did it so fast, like everything, da 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 da. Like, he's talking to another girl, but I can't talk to another guy. That's not how that works. Like, my nigga, no. But yeah, I started talking to this guy from a whole different county, or whatever. And Gabe started to slide up on my stories and stuff for like hard eyes and stuff. And I wasn't like really feeling it no more with him. Because, like, you don't slut shame me, you don't call me so many names, like, about this whole situation, and now that I move on, you're trying to come back into the picture. Like, that's not cool. Like, you're playing with my feelings is what you're doing. And I was just like, I would always say something back, like a kissy face or something. But like, yeah, I wasn't really feeling it then. But I knew I still had feelings for Gabe. That's why I didn't want to take this other person really serious and put my all into this person, because I don't want, to hurt his feelings, because I always run back to Gabe anyways. So I had broke up with the other guy just to figure out life. Like, I knew I couldn't move on into another relationship without closing the one that I already have. So I had to break up with him to go get closure from Gabe. And that's what I did. That's what I attempted to do. Well, I got the closure, but that's what I attempted to do. I text Gabe and I was like, they don't treat me right. I miss you or whatever, And he was just like, how they don't treat you right, stuff like that, just like basic chit chat. Then he was like, I'm thinking about you and stuff like that, I'm a girl, so, when boys say like that, you take that to the head, and you're like, oh, he misses me, all types of stuff like that. So I probably, like, that same day that he texted me that, I probably didn't get a text from Gabe in like 2 hours, knowing I still have his location. I guess he forgot I still had his location. And I just decided, like, I'm just laying in the bed, taking a peep at that location. And I'm like, Gabe has never been at this house before. Like, this is a new house. I just kept thinking, I was like, he's never been here before. I watch his location. Like, call me a creep, but I used to watch his location. Like, as soon as it says Gabe left the house, I used to watch it move. And he has never been in that house before. So I'm like, okay, pull it together, cool, we good. Still no text. 3-4 hours later, still no text. He had arrived at the house at like 10 something. It was like 12 something that night. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's just like one of them white boys' houses, he be like hanging with or whatever. And I'm still thinking like, yo, but if he was at a friend's house, he still would have texted me. Ain't no text. So I text a friend, Kiana. I text her and was like, yo, Gabe's at and like I'll put the messages right there. Gabe's at a unknown house, and I want to go see whose house he's at because.
But you one crazy ass bitch.
Kiana was like, yeah, I'm down. I'll take you, girl, And I was like, if he's at a female house, like I'm gonna act out of character, so you better put some shoes on. So she came and got me. We went out there, and I guess his friend I guess he was with him, told him, yo, India's outside or something like that. Because then Gabe texted me and was like, what are you doing? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, you act like I can't see your location. Which is, I forgot to turn my location off. I'm an idiot. I forgot to turn it off. And I was like, who house are you at? And he's like, I'm with my brother and Marcus at somebody's house for them. And I was like, yeah, okay, come outside. And he was like, bro, what? Like, no, like you crashing out, like stuff like that. And I was just like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever, come outside, just come outside. But he would never come outside. So meanwhile, me and another friend is just like walking around the house trying to figure out whose house this is. And then she comes and says, this house looks so familiar. She was like, when I was in middle school, I used to stay at this girl named Samaya Trimble's house. And she was like, I used to stay at her house, and they had a house just like this. Now, meanwhile, earlier, I had watched her story, and her friend had stayed over to her house. Now, the friend is Gabe's ex-girlfriend from a while back. So I'm like, yo, don't tell me that, because that's gonna piss me off. Don't tell me that. So, we just trying to figure out whose house this is. I done had them post the house on social media. People sliding up saying, that's my house, that's my house. Like playing with me, I'm just getting frustrated or whatever. So I get closer to the door, and there's this gigantic sign on the door that says, Trimble. When I seen that sign, oh my God, I lost it. I don't know what got into me. I just lost it. Meanwhile, Gabe was still texting me, telling me, leave, I'm doing too much, I'm crazy, all this type of stuff. So I'm outside the house, I'm yelling, bring your ass out the door, I'm blowing on the horn. I was like, I will break this window, stop playing with me. Come out the door. I had to text the girl. I was like, you and Gabe come outside. Let's go. Let's get it popping. At this point, I just want to fight. I just want to fight and get it over with. That's it. Let's just fight. And I'm going to go about my business. But they would not come out the door for nothing. And that's what was pissing me off. Just come out the door. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That night, I wanted to. I was going, oh, my gosh. That night was cuckoo puss. The police arrived, and I'm like, I know this just ain't gonna call the police, I know it ain't called police. So I tell the girl who's driving, because she's parked in the middle of the road, I said, pull into the driveway. She did not pull into the driveway. So when the police got behind us, he wasn't stopping us. He was just like a regular car just trying to get past. And we did not move. She just sat there. That's when those blue lights came on. And I'm like, oh my God. Here we go. So the police comes out and he's just like, what are y'all doing? And I was like, and we was just like, he was like, do you have a license? And she was like, no. And he was like, okay, whose car is this? And she was like, my mom's. And he was like, do your mom know you have the car? And she was like, no. And, I'm sitting in the back still mad. I'm not even I'm still going back and forth with Gabe. At this point, I don't even care about the police. I just want to fight. We can fight right now. You can just come out the door. So the police was like, okay, we're going to call your parents, and your parents are going to kind of have to come get you. And I'm like, okay, cool. But they're going to come out the door first, right? So he was like, why are y'all here? And then my friend she was like, we're just sitting here. like, we're just sitting here. And I was like, oh no. I was like, we dropped these boys off. I was like, my friends, they're in there. They snuck in to see these girls. Like, we helped them sneak in. I was like, they're trying to get back out, but their mom's like in the house. Like, can you go knock on the door? Like, I had to put on my whole acting skills. Like, I was acting like I was gonna cry and everything. I was like, can you go knock on the door? Can you go get them? Tell them come outside. And she was like, so there's boys. The woman police was like, so there's boys in there that shouldn't be in there. And I was like, yes. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, we like helped them sneak in. Like, oh my God. Like, I was like, he's texting me right now. Like, see, his location says he's in there. And she went to go knock on the door, but like, I thought that the girl, Samaya's mom, was home, but apparently her mom was not home. I guess she was like going for the weekend or something, but that's why the door wouldn't open all the way. Samaya never opened the door all the way because she didn't want us to see her, and we was gonna be like, that's not her mom. So I guess she pretended to be her mom or whatever. You know, cool. But after that night, I went home. I like cut up all his things. Like, there was this necklace that he had bought me for, I think it was my birthday or Christmas. And even when I was with this other guy like tried to snatch it off my neck, and I literally almost broke up with him for that. I was just like, don't play with me like that. Like, that necklace was just something I like could not let go, no matter like what happened between me and Gabe. But I was just like, you know, I'm stressing myself over a guy that does not give a F word about me, because if he did, he wouldn't even like put me in this situation. So I just finally like popped the necklace off my neck, and I bent it in half, and like I just twisted it and broke it. I cut up all our pictures. I burnt some of them. I cut his jacket. I just got rid of everything that had to do with him. You know, I should have blocked him on all social media, but I didn't. I want him to see how good life is now without him. So, yeah, I had got closure from that, and that was all I needed, was confirmation that things are never going to be back how they were. So I went back to the guy that I was with while I was trying to like move on or whatever. So yeah, that kind of like wraps up this whole story. Like, do I still talk to Gabe at this very moment? No, we don't have any communications with each other, and people still ask me that. Well, do you and Gabe still text? No. There's this girl who just want me and Gabe to work out so bad. Like, she was just like, you know, I'm all down for y'all. Like, and I'm just like, well, it's like, it's over now. Like, it's just like, we're done with each other. Like, it's done. There's nothing else. Like, we're done with each other. She was really upset about that. But I moved on. It's been probably about 3 months now since me and Gabe broke up. 2 months maybe I'm pushing it, since we've been broken up. And for those first 2 months, I was like completely stressed out, like sick to my stomach with myself and him. I stressed myself out so bad that my skin looked terrible. I couldn't even cover it up with makeup. It was terrible. But if you can see now, your girl is happy, and you know, she's glowing, and life is good. Life is treating me right. January is definitely my month. It's my birthday month. I'm going to get my license. Like, everything is just falling in place now. And I'm not saying that because Gabe is gone. I'm not saying everything's falling in place because he's gone. Everything is just like coming all together. I don't have a boyfriend at this moment because boys tend to stress me out, and I don't have time for that when I could be living the lavish life that I deserve. So that kind of like wraps up this story. Thanks for sitting and listening to my story time, and till next time, guys.